know it's been a very long, hot minute. I'm so sorry. Just been busy with work and what have you. Well, I'm back. Maybe not back like before or back as usual, but I'm somewhat back. Not completely back like I used to be because I'm working now. And so I'll just share a story with you today on how I got my first corporate role in Australia. If you listen, I said first corporate role in Australia because it's not my first job in Australia, neither is it my first corporate role in life, but it was my first corporate role in Australia. And I'll tell you how I got it. So in January of 2021, I started my job application process. But it was a very interesting ride. It's been a very interesting ride because I didn't start out the conventional way. The first thing I did was to buy clothes, shoes, bags that would fit the role because the clothes I had mostly were jeans and tops and shorts, and they were not in my head, they were not work appropriate. So I just wanted something that would speak that this girl is ready for work. So I got those things ready. I was ready. I was prepared. I was preparing my mind mentally. I was preparing myself mentally. And so I got all of those things. And then I enrolled in school. I'd gotten a couple admissions. I have a couple of admissions across Australia, some schools in UK, Canada, America, and so I picked up the one for Australia since I am in Australia at the moment, and I enrolled in school. I enrolled in this program, and I also started applying for internships. But I didn't just start applying for internships. I also started volunteering. So in January of 2021, as I was writing down my goal for the year, I began applying for internship opportunities, and I got this one with Ozavest, and I went for my first shift in June of 2021 because I'm a man. I'm like, I have to do something, right? So I went for my first shift, and this first shift I went for in June was very great. I met so many amazing people. The work was very amazing. I just did all of that work and I added it to my resume, and I picked up a couple more shifts working in the kitchen. I picked up some more shifts eventually working in the office. I actually requested for that. I asked if I could work in the office on one of these days, and they were happy to let me work in the office, and I did that role every Friday. So I didn't do any shift until November when I eventually started my internship. Let's go back to internship. I applied for many internships now that I started my master program. Some of the internships didn't come true, some came true, and the two that came true for me were Deloitte and Telstra. So Telstra is a telecommunication company and Deloitte is a consulting company. I went to Telstra because the period of the internship was longer. It was for 3 months. And I did that internship for 3 months from November of 2021 to January of 2022. And while I was doing my internship, I was applying for jobs because I just wanted to work in corporate Australia. I didn't want to go back to working as a disability support worker. I really wanted to work in corporate Australia. But my internship ended and my work didn't come true. The jobs I applied to didn't come true. So I did something different. I went on to work with Telstra as a consultant in one of their shops while still applying for jobs. And eventually, one of those days, I got a job through an agency working at the Department of Communities, Housing and Digital Economy. And that gig lasted for like a while, for like 2 months. And then I stopped working. The contract actually ended because it's a contract role, and the agency said they didn't need people working on that role anymore. I was really excited at first because what we were doing was supporting people who had been affected by the floods. It was a really endearing role where you actually empathize with people, and so when the role ended I was happy, but it sounded stupid to people that how would you be happy that your job ended. But for me, I was happy because it meant that we had settled all the people who were affected by the floods. But logically it didn't make sense to be happy because now I was out of job. But that's by the way, I didn't have a job, and I didn't have a job for a long time, for 6 months, because I was not feeling too great. So I decided to take a break from work and I was recuperating. And so in December of 2022, I was ready to start applying for jobs again. And I began my application process, applying to SIG, to Smart Jobs, Queensland, just applying for jobs. But it didn't come true. No job. Like, I was just getting breakfast on a steady breakfast, like regular. I was just push, push. None of them. Some of them will even call me for interview. After interview, no show. So it was quite heartbreaking. I was beginning to lose hope. But one beautiful day, I got a call. Actually, I think a message on WhatsApp from one of my amazing sisters, one of the amazing people I thought I was looking for a job. So I was also telling people I was looking for a job, and I got that job so quickly, like rather quickly. Like I applied on Tuesday. By Wednesday, but sorry, I went for the interview on Tuesday. I didn't apply for it. It was a true referral, right? So I went for an interview on Tuesday. By Wednesday or Thursday, my offer came true. I know, so good, too good to be true, but it came true. But one thing I did after I'd not worked for 6 months, was I started applying for volunteer roles, and I volunteered from January of 2023 to March of 2023. So I volunteered for 3 months before this referral role came true. And so I think that also helped, because when I went for the interview, I had something to talk about as my work knowledge. So that helped a lot. So if you're looking for jobs, I would indulge you. I would ask you to actually go volunteer. Volunteering really helps, because it helps you when you're interviewing. It helps you to know what you're talking about. It helps you some way, and also boost your confidence that you don't have zero work experience in that country. And my good friends, I got that referral role, and then I'm on another job. I got true referral, and so in essence, I eventually landed a corporate role in Australia in March of 2023. It took me 2 years to land a corporate role, because those other ones were internships. The Telstra role was also a spill of the internship, and then the other one was through agency, which was not a corporate role per se, but it was a corporate role in the sense of corporate role. But I landed my first corporate role eventually in March of 2023 after 2 years. So whatever it is that you're doing, keep at it. You can volunteer if you really want a role, because it's helped me, and it helps some other people. Volunteering really helps, and internships are great as well. And so in essence, if you're new to a country, do something different. Like my people will say, oju or nokon waja, meaning one path does not lead to the market. So what are you waiting for? Wise up, volunteer, and get your role. Loads of love. Speak soon. Bye bye.